Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This message is for my fellow Aries out there. I decided to go ahead and do another one basically back to I don't know which one I'm going to post first and what order I'm going to get them done. But I did one for us that was crazy. It was like I picked up on somebody who was basically pretending to wish you happiness, want you to be happier, but they actually don't mean it unless you're like with them, or they don't mean it unless they can like control you in some way. And it was kind of like a sick vibe, guys. Like the whole video it was not good. I mean, you meet people like that though. Sometimes it's like that, but this one's different. This one's different. Okay, you're actually going to be a little bit, not necessarily shocked, you're not going to be necessarily surprised, but you're almost going to be like a little caught off guard by this. I'm hearing avant-garde. What's that mean? The reason is somebody that you had a very short connection with. Now remember, this is not for everybody, but for those in this message that I'm picking up on, cross-watcher or Aries, someone that you had a very short connection with. Either y'all hung out one time, 2 times, made out once, had sex once, went out to eat once, never met but talked a little bit, and it didn't last long. It's something very quick. It's this person. That's this message today. But anyway, what does avant-garde mean?
Here's the definition of avant-garde: new and unusual or experimental ideas, especially in the arts, or the people introducing them.
Okay, this is a better, more layman's terms for people like me. Definition of avant-garde: basically the people and ideas that are ahead of their time. Like maybe someone here thinks of you as, you could be younger than them for some of you, vice versa, and someone could be thinking, damn, you're like really advanced for your age, or you're really smart for your age, you're really ahead of your time. Someone could be like, it's this person that you had a very quick connection with. I don't know how long ago it was. I don't know if it was this year, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It was very quick. You probably even like, okay, some of you haven't forgotten this person. Some of you have. Like you forgot. I don't know if you just weren't interested at the time. Maybe you were going through some shit. Maybe you used them as a rebound. I don't know. But it was quick. I think there was an attraction. There was, I mean, you think this person's attractive. You're not unattracted to them. You weren't turned off by them. Maybe they just weren't the one. You weren't really feeling it. So it wasn't just, you know, maybe they were married, or you were engaged, you were dating someone, you were, I don't know, someone could have just been going through a lot. It was just very quick, and they did not forget it. In fact, they've been, if they know where to find you, if they live near you, they definitely just kind of see, you know, if your car's there, wherever there is. If they don't know where you live, they may go to the same place that y'all went before to hope to run into you. They could also be trying to look you up online, find you. Or if they know where you are online, they could be watching you. But they've been doing this, like you've popped in their head recently, or really heavily lately. It's like reminiscent, and you could hear from this person. If not, and they have no way to get in touch with you, let's say you don't have social media, or you don't make it easy for people to contact you, kind of stay to yourself. For those of you that resonates for, you're going to see them pop up somewhere. Maybe they're a friend suggestion or something, and you're going to be like, well, they're a friend suggestion because they've been looking up your profile. And you may even be like, huh, I don't know. Like, it's going to kind of throw you off a little. It's going to be a little bit catching you off guard. By the way, I'm struggling heavily today with my allergies, and more so in my left eye. Like, it's killing me. I had to sit here before I started the video and for about 20 minutes because my eye was itching so bad, and it was like red around I mean, I'm highly allergic to my cats, but I love them, you know, so just deal with it. But it's actually really bothering me. Like, I feel like I need to sneeze right now, and I've got a lot to do. I've got to go take care of my grandma, and I cannot be taking no Benadryl or nothing. I don't even think I have Zyrtec or anything anymore, but anyway, sorry. If you see me randomly closing my eyes and keeping them closed, it's because it's like, it's really bothering me. It's throwing me off. It's making my eyes want to just go to sleep. But anyway, so we're going to talk about this individual today. I don't know what we're going to say. It's just what I was getting last night. It was like this random, oh yeah, there was that person, you know, and if it wasn't very long ago, you know who I'm talking about. This person finds you ahead of your time. They find you very smart, wise, well balanced. Oh, whoa. You know what's weird? I'm getting like deja vu. I feel like we've had this conversation before. That's it. Okay. I had this conversation before. Someone's thinking about a conversation that the two of you have already had. Sorry guys, I had to pause the video. I'm like, really? I don't know what the hell this is. I don't usually feel this. I've gotten very adjusted to my cats, but for some reason it's like really fucking me up today. I don't know. It's like, and now I'm hot. I feel really hot. Is somebody sweating something here? Like I'm getting somebody sweating you. They're sweating it. They're worried. They're like worried about what you think. Like there's something here about the person that you had a quick connection with recently or in the distant past that it was very quick. They're thinking about you heavily during this time, and something somewhere in regards to you has them kind of nervous or anxious, or maybe they're kind of worried that like you caught them. I feel like somebody's worried you caught them. It's like, you caught me red-handed, you caught me. Just like it catches you off guard. Maybe it catches somebody off guard that you catch them in something, but it doesn't feel like sneaky. It just feels like someone's had some thoughts about you and you end up knowing these thoughts. And they're like, how the hell did you do that? Someone's been kind of low-key, and I mean low-key, like there's no way they would ever think that you would find out that they were watching you in some way. But you do. You not only found out, but you know. I mean, you know, but they're not like, this isn't, I wouldn't say this is a bad person. They're just kind of, they're caught off guard as much as you're going to be caught off guard when you find out that this person is thinking about you the way they are. And the way that they are is, I think somebody, I don't know what, do they like you? Do they like you? I can't tell what their energy is. It's so distant. It's like they've been observing you and admiring you from so far away, maybe even at a distance, but just, maybe they think you don't like them. Like someone may get the vibe that you don't like them, or you want nothing to do with them, or that you must have been really turned off by them, or it's something. They may think that you assume they're sneaky, because instead of them being upfront with you, you had to just kind of figure it out on your own. That's just an Aries or cross-watcher. Whoever's watching this video, you found out whatever it is, like however somebody was thinking about you, or maybe possibly going to attempt to come forward, or watching you from behind the scenes. Like you found out on your own accord. Maybe you got gifts or something. This avant-garde energy, you're just above your time. It has nothing to do with age. It has to do with gifts. It has nothing to do with age. The age is the human body, not the soul. The soul is, you got it going on up there, okay? You understand people. You can read minds. And people think that shit's not real, but it's fucking real. It's a pretty strong gift to have, actually, because people can't really hide anything from you when you can read their mind. And maybe that's it. That could be, like, intimidating to somebody, but it's also sexy. And maybe someone's like, do you just not like me? Am I that, you know? Or are you mad at me now because you assumed that I was going to be sneaky? Like, it wasn't my intention. I just don't know what to say. I don't feel this is a bad person. I don't. Now, it definitely is different from the other message where I'm wearing a blue hoodie for us. Because that one, whoever that is, that's somebody who I feel like not necessarily wants to actually go put you in a bunker, but I feel like I would steer the fuck clear of that person. You'll know. You will know. Okay? This is completely different. Whoever this individual is not the same one. They're not linked in any way. And I'm going to talk on behalf of, I think this is someone who's single. I don't want to talk about somebody who's fucking taken. I'm done with that. Fucking done with it. Now, maybe that's the case for some, and that's probably why they're nervous. Like, maybe they're like, oh, they know that I was thinking about them, and I shouldn't be, and now they think I'm a bad person. It's like, I don't think you're a fucking bad person. I'm not judgmental like that. I just picked up on your energy because it's fucking here, you know? Of course I'm going to pick up on it. It's like wondering why a camera senses a human being walking by it because you walked by the camera. I'm like a human camera. Of course I'm going to sense it. Not only sense it, but Spirit gives me names. I get names. I'll be doing this video, any video I do. I'll be doing a video and I'm like in the zone writing things down, and boom, I get a name. I get a first name and a last name. I get a picture in my head. I'll dream of people and I'm like, huh. and I know exactly why it's happening. Anyway, so let's talk about this person. It's like, you caught me. Like somebody knows, and now they may be thinking either they're gonna just completely retreat and stay away. They're like, ooh, I'm just not gonna say anything. Or now they really do want to say something. I think a conversation would be nice. I wouldn't be the one to go forward and do it. I feel like this is someone who needs to stop at some point when they're ready and in their time. I think they need to stop hiding and keeping it all inside, but it's okay for people to keep things inside at some point. I mean, a little, because you have to like sit with stuff before you let it out. So I think somebody was just trying to figure out what they wanted to say to you, or like they wanted to see what's going on in your life, kind of get a good read on you in a way from behind the scenes before they come forward, and you're like, that doesn't really work for me because I know you're here. So what do you want? Yes, it is still doing it. See, it's like on and off, on and off. This is an on and off connection, or it was, or it's gonna be back on, but it was like off. It's been off. And it's not somebody that it's not like a terrible connection. This wasn't a terrible connection. If it's a newer one, it was just like hit and miss. It's like a hit and run. That sounds awful, but it was kind of like that, like in and out. Maybe someone had a lot of kids or had really young children, and you had your own thing going on, and you're like, or they had a crazy baby mama or baby daddy, whoever, and you're like, I just don't want to. It's nothing personal. I get to choose what I want in my life, and that's not what I'm really looking for, but you're perfect for someone else. Like that, it could have been that. I feel like there was something that just wasn't quite right, but someone's wondering, could it be quite right now? I think somebody thinks you don't like them, and you're like, no, it has nothing to do with that. Like, what do you mean I don't like you? I just sense your energy. Maybe some of you found out somebody's been watching you from behind the scenes, and so you went ahead and blocked them. This is very specific. But then after you did it, you're like, they're thinking, oh, you must not like me because you did that. But you're like, no, it has nothing to do with me not liking you. It's just like, stop doing that. If you want to say something, fucking say it. I'm a very blunt, open person. I would prefer you to step to me and say it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need in like thinking I'm not going to see you, or at some point my spirit guides aren't going to tell me your name, because they're going to fucking tell me, or give me a picture of you in my head. I'm going to know exactly who you are. Let's say for some of you, if I'm thinking of another example, maybe you were sober, or you got sober, or you were trying to get sober, as another example, and maybe this person was a heavy drinker at the time or something, or liked to drink, and you're like, it wasn't a judgment thing. It was just you got to choose in your life that it just wasn't something you could handle at the time, and you didn't really, you weren't judging. It's just that you didn't want to be around it. So you could have let a person go for that reason, or chose not to go any further than a couple of phone conversations or meetups or whatever it was for you. Maybe you are celibate or were celibate. Whenever you met this person, it was hit and miss or quick in and out. And maybe they were kind of too sexual with you. Maybe they were very and not that they were in a, I'm going to take advantage of your body, I'm going to do it no matter what, I'm going to take away your choice type way, assault you. Not that. Like I said, I don't think this is a bad person. I feel like this is someone who, maybe they just, I don't know, touched you a little too strong, or the way they came off and you were like, oh, I don't want my life to go in that direction at this time, so I'm going to kind of choose no. Maybe, like I said, for some of you, you were on the outs with a person and you kind of connected with a person in the meantime, and you weren't really ready because you weren't healed over someone else. So there's a reason that you and another person, or them, did not move further with a connection in the past, whether it was recent or further. I hope I'm not repeating myself a million times, but I feel like I am. Sometimes it happens though. And their energy is coming back around again, but they're like, you hear how I'm like stuttering, you hear I'm like hot, I want to get up and go turn the freaking heat off, I want to take this hoodie off, I feel like I need a shower. I don't know, it's like somebody's like really anxious or nervous, hot. They feel like, well, think about it. If you were on the receiving end and you couldn't read a person like you can now, it would be kind of a little bit intimidating. It would be a little bit scary. It would be a little bit like, oh, whoa. Because, see, you don't have to wonder what someone's thinking. You know. That's kind of scary, right? Like, people usually, almost feels like an invasion of privacy. Like, someone may feel like a little bit, they don't know how to take it. They don't know what to think about the fact that You have the gifts that you do, and they may even think it has something to do with your age, but that has nothing to do with it. It doesn't even explain it. That makes no sense. And they know that. Somebody's trying to say, oh, you're really smart for your age, or, you know, but they know deep down, they're like, this has nothing to do with their age. I know people their age or even older, and they don't have these gifts or these abilities. You have some type of ability if you're watching this video. You have an ability, and it's strong, or it's something that you've been working on, and it's just, it's a little, you know, it feels like a little bit of an invasion, because what people try to hide, which their thoughts are a big one. Imagine like leaders in countries, if they could read each other's minds. You think they don't employ people like that? They definitely employ people like that. Seers and everything. Oh yeah, they've all got them. Because it's kind of like, what was it? What's that movie? What's the movie with The Rock? Scorpion King. I posted it at the beginning of this year. And then they had the Empress, or whatever she was, Enchantress. I don't remember what they called her in it, but he basically, not The Rock, but the bad guy on the other side, he basically used her for her gifts, for his power. But The Rock kind of stole her and took her out of it, you know what I mean? But she had visions. Somebody here's got strong visions, or you, like I said, you have a strong gift, and it's kind of making another person be like, oh shit, you weren't supposed to know what I was thinking. You weren't supposed to see me watching. You know, they're trying to explain it away. They're trying to figure you out, which I find that sweet. You know, someone's clearly invested in you. They just hoped you didn't know about it. Someone hoped you didn't know. For others of you, I could say, yeah, you got an ex here that, you know, is wanting to come back in, and they weren't going to say anything yet. They were trying to read your energy first and see what they need to do, you know, but it's like, you can't do, but I don't want to talk about that. I feel like this is someone where it didn't go anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere. It was, you know, a very quick, like, almost like lighting a match, letting it burn all the way down. I mean, it doesn't take very long, does it, until you have to, like, drop the bitch or put it in water, because you got to put it out. It's going to burn your fingers. And then it just goes out, and that's it. It's done. You only get one match. And once that matches, unless you got one of those survival matches, you know? And maybe that's the point here. Someone's wondering if, like, what do you feel about them now? I think someone wants to know what you feel about them now. Or they're wondering what you feel about them. They don't want you to think poorly of them, or think there's some sort of a sneak. And it's like, well, why don't I put your mind at rest, and you just come forward to me, and instead of thinking everything and observing and watching, you go ahead and just be open with me, so I don't have to sit here and use my gifts. Why don't you do that? And then I will open up to you. You're probably going to be asked on a date. I think you're going to be asked on a date, or someone's going to want to have a conversation with you to break the ice, to catch back up, or something like that. And not only are you caught off guard because you haven't heard from this person in a little while or a long while, you may have even, for some of you, forgotten about them. I mean, and not in a mean way, like they weren't important. You just had a lot of shit going on. You know, it's not a good time. I don't know, it's like, possibly can something spark up now? I don't know. I would say start off with, if you want to, I mean, do what you want. But it would be a wise decision. I can't speak. Like, there's something going on with this. You definitely haven't talked to this person in a while, or they have not talked to you. I definitely think a conversation is in store. I think this person needs to be the one to step forward, because clearly, you know, they're there. Their energy. And, it's up to them at this point, and I think I would let them do the most of the talking, just because, well, you've actually been doing most of the talking, haven't you? You have. You just didn't know it because they were watching you behind the scenes, or observing, or something like that. They just kind of trying to decide what they wanted to say, but that's not really a fair trade-off, is it? Like, if let's say somebody's been watching you for a while, and then they come forward. They had plenty of time to get to know you behind the scenes, get to see things you've talked about, like study. It's like studying something, like you're studying a test subject. But then when they come towards you, it's like you're not prepared. It's like if you're getting interviewed for something, and then it's like, well, what if I want to ask you something? So thank God you got gifts. Thank God you know how to read people's minds. And like, anytime someone focuses on you, I don't think people understand energy is everything's energy. So if somebody puts their energy in yours, and you have that gift where you can pick up on it, you're going to know they're there. Not only that, you're going to be able to tell what their intentions are. You don't need cards to do it. You can know. You can read their mind. You can hear them. And then they'll be like, whoa, it's intimidating, but it's different. It's scary. It's like, what do you think about me? I'm not a sneak. I just know what to say. I think nothing. You may be like, I think nothing. I'm not judging you. I was actually just doing my own thing, and your energy came into my awareness. So speak what you want to say. What you want to say, so I can stop racking my brain trying to listen to your thoughts. What is it? Oh God, this hair today. It is a fucking mess. Look at this. It's not even that dirty, but it looks like it. It feels like it. It's all flat. I'm hot. You could be like, I'm too tired for this shit. Really, I'm too tired for this shit. You know how people say, well, I can't read your mind. You know, if they're like, you should have blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I can't read your mind. If you want something, speak up. It's kind of like that, you know, except for you can read their mind. What you have, Aries or Aries cross watcher, this hair's killing me today, man. What you have is basically a gift that most people have, but they haven't really worked on. What this is like if a person were to walk into a house, or maybe they're in their own house and they're just walking down the hall or something or whatever, and they're like, I feel like someone's here. Like, you can sense another person's energy. That's like the beginning of it, right? But when you really get into it and work on it, you can tell a lot more about a person. You can feel a lot more and way more before it comes. You can hear things. And so we've already said that enough. The energy is like, boy, I don't know what this is. It's not bad, it's good. I actually feel like possibly love could come from this, or a really good romance. Feels kind of romantic. Maybe even someone wants to do something sweet for you, take you out for the holidays if you celebrate that, or wherever you are in the world, take you out for something, spend time with you. Again, I want to say you've spent time with them already, or FaceTime each other or something. That's still spending time with each other. It's like they want to get to know you one-on-one, but also the energy is really weird, you know, between the allergies and me being hot and me stuttering, and it's just a whole lot of, it almost feels like it's still not ready. It's like taking a cake out of the oven and you put a toothpick in it and it's still got shit on it. It's not ready. It's like, is it ready or is it not ready? I don't think it's ready. You know why I don't think it's ready? It's because if it was ready, it as in the person, if the person was ready, they would have come forward without you having to sense it first. So this is the thing. It's like they catch you off guard because you're like, oh, I didn't even know you were thinking about me. Like, okay, so now that you are, what you need? And they're like, oh shit, you weren't supposed to know. So it's like two people kind of just standing there energetically looking at each other like, what next? What next? What are we gonna do? I don't know. You tell me. I think someone's going to come towards you. They're gonna head your way. Head your way. Or something like that. Like they want to spend time. That's the number one thing. I think that's where it's gonna go next, but they're gonna have to be the ones making the plans, making the approach. Traveling, if travel is involved. I don't sense that you're gonna be the one doing it, especially if you're the feminine here. And I don't think they have a problem with it. I think someone doesn't have any problem pursuing you. They just weren't expecting to do it now. It's like they wanted to kind of get more information or settle some things first or figure out what they needed to do, study you first. It's something like that. But it's like, well, sometimes things happen unexpectedly, like the fact that I sensed your energy out of nowhere. I'm hearing a song, what you know about me? What you know about me? Or something like that, isn't it? I don't really get the point of the song, but it's catchy. I'm also hearing something about catfish. That's not for everybody. And I don't mean like the internet type catfish. Maybe. Someone's been hiding behind the screen. But it's like, I don't get that. I get like actual catfish, like you may go out to seafood or something to do with fish. Pisces, you caught me. So be prepared for someone to maybe strike up a conversation or ask you to hang out in some way. Could call it a date. It depends on this person's level of straightforwardness. All right, guys, that's what we're getting for this message. It feels like it's dragging. I keep wanting to stutter. I can't get it out. I feel like just give somebody some time. I mean, they don't really know how to handle it right now. They don't know what their next step should be because they weren't expecting you to be able to read their mind or tell what they're thinking or their intentions or something, or that they were watching you behind the scenes or something like that. So give them a little bit. You caught them off guard, and we'll see where this goes from here. How about that? All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.